So there was a raccoon, and he just came out of fucking nowhere. I swear to God, man. Just one moment, nothing, and then, bam, right in the middle of the fucking road. So he comes on, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get out of the way. And I swerve to the right, except I forgot there's a fucking ditch there.
You weren't using your eyes, I think.
We almost went into the goddamn ditch. Just two wheels down there, and I'm telling you, man, barely got us back onto the fucking road. Like, holy shit. It was the bumpiest ride ever.
It was.
I mean, even for Mexican roads, this one was crazy. Man, I remember how Anya, she was absolutely scared to shit.
Hey.
It's still a miracle to me how Xander and Harry could fall asleep during that ride.
Yeah, honestly, we two were running around like bunnies in the sunrise. I was so completely wrecked, man.
Yeah, no, I could have just straight up fallen asleep at the steering wheel. I mean, as soon as my hammock was up, I took the fucking fattest nap. And he was still sitting up in the tank. I was just gone.
Okay, listen, I just wanted to get there, make it cozy for myself, smoke a joint, and take the most well-deserved fucking nap of my life.
Yeah, I slept like a baby, too. I have no idea how y'all still had the energy to just go out and explore and shit. Like, goddamn.
It was way too nice to go to sleep. I've never seen a place so beautiful, man, and we've seen some nice places along the way.
Yeah, you should have seen that beach at sunrise, man. I thought I was still tripping. It looked like one of those overdone wallpapers.
It was huge, and the sand was shiny and soft, and there was a layer of salty haze above the waves that would glow in the morning sun. It was a dream.
Harry and I were so excited, especially after that exhausting journey. We just tore off our clothes and ran straight to the water, and even though we were running, it took us forever to get there.
I never even thought about that. We must have been exhausted by the time we actually jumped in the water. I do remember not really caring how rough the water looked, though.
I was so euphoric. My brain was completely turned off. Rather the opposite. I had so much fun with the wild waves, I threw myself into one wave after the other. Man, we had the time of our lives.
It was terrific. But at one point I remember I was so out of energy that I just let my body float for a bit. I think that's when I realized that the current was pulling me, and I could feel it getting stronger.
And then I suddenly felt the waves dragging me towards the sea. I had the biggest mood slide of my whole life, man. Holy shit.
I wasn't panicking at first. The scariest part was just seeing how far offshore we'd been pulled so quickly.
I still can't believe how stupid it was of us just to swim against the current with all remaining strength in our panic.
I'll admit, I gave in to my anxiety at that point. There was no rational thinking, just fear for my life. And then, from one moment to the next, I decided to just give up and accept that my life was over.
I looked over to Harry and saw his frightened face, and instantly this dreading feeling spilled over to me. Somehow, we just realized the end was near. It was a beautiful moment though, in a way. I will never forget our goodbye.
We cried, we hugged, we said goodbye. We came to terms with the end of our lives. I'm happy that if I have to die, that it's today. Today's a good last day. I remember laughing about the fact that my last meal was a Snickers bar in the back seat of the car.
I've never been so happy and sad at the same time. I closed my eyes and kind of waited for that moment where your whole life repeats before your eyes, shortly before it ends. It never happened though.
I closed my eyes too. I just tried to let go of everything. I thought about what might come next, but I mostly just enjoyed floating up and down on the waves. All the fear was gone.
I would like to say I had a bad sleep, but I couldn't have guessed any of this. I was in such a deep sleep, I didn't even wake up from Harry's annoying fucking ringtone, and his backpack was right next to me. I also didn't notice when the guy from the beach found us at first.
Fuck. Man, I never woke up with such a fucking shock. I mean, that guy just shook me awake and I couldn't understand a word that he was saying. He was so scared, stressed, and he was talking so fast. I jumped up and I followed him to the beach.
I don't know, I kind of sensed that something bad must have happened. I was still so dizzy, and after seeing what time it was and seeing that you two weren't back, my stomach, it turned around, and before we went looking for you all over the place, I checked Harry's phone and saw that his mom had left 8 missed calls, and it was such a scary feeling. I felt like I'd woken up from a fever dream or something.
And man, the sunburn that I got after we searched that fucking never-ending beach, dude, you cannot imagine how mad I was at y'all. Until we found you, I thought, you know what? If y'all are just smoking pot somewhere in the woods, you better be gone for good.
I felt like all my emotions at the same time.
Sometimes I think, what if this is the afterlife I wished for while I was floating, after I gave up? To just drift ashore and get a new chance at everything.
I couldn't believe I got out of this one.
Since it happened, I often think, when we escaped death so closely, who knows if we really did? Who knows if I went away or if I really came back? I guess either way, you don't really have a choice but to appreciate what you have. It's the best thing that can happen to you. Everything that happens after that, you see with new eyes.
To our friend,